Hello, and welcome back to Come Together. Today, we're going to be talking about something that affects so many of us, but is often left unspoken: parental trauma. It can be a heavy weight to bear, and today we will be exploring the root cause and impact of parental trauma and how individuals can cope and heal from its effects. Parental trauma can come in many forms: neglect, abuse, abandonment, addiction, mental illness, and more. It can leave deep wounds and scars that impact us for a lifetime. But the good news is that with understanding and support, we can heal from this trauma and lead fulfilling lives. First, let's talk about what parental trauma is and how it can impact us. It's important to understand that trauma is subjective, meaning that what might be traumatic for one person may not be for another. However, some common symptoms of trauma include feelings of fear, anger, shame, guilt, and anxiety. Trauma can also impact our relationships, our self-esteem, and our sense of identity. Parental trauma can be a result of a variety of factors, such as mental illness, substance abuse, physical or mental abuse, neglect, and many more. It can also be the result of parents who are themselves traumatized and unable to provide a safe and stable environment for their children. No matter the root cause, the impact of parental trauma on a child can be significant and long-lasting. Parental trauma can also impact our beliefs and behaviors. For example, a child who has experienced neglect or abuse may grow up with the belief that they are not worthy of love and attention. This can lead to self-destructive behaviors, such as substance abuse or unhealthy relationships. So, how can we begin to heal from parental trauma? The first step is to acknowledge what happened. It's common to want to sweep our traumatic experiences under the rug and pretend like they never happened. But in order to heal, we need to face what happened head on. This can be scary, but it's also incredibly empowering. When you acknowledge and begin to try and understand what has happened, you may face many blockages. It is difficult to bring up these ghosts from your past that you may have tried to bury. However, even though it will be tough bringing up painful memories and emotions, it's necessary in order to begin the healing process. It's also important to seek support from others, whether it's a therapist, support group, or trusted friends and family members. Talking about your experiences and receiving validation and understanding from others can be incredibly therapeutic. One effective way to deal with emotions and thoughts associated with parental trauma is through mindfulness practices, such as meditation and deep breathing exercises. These techniques help to calm the mind and reduce the feelings of stress and anxiety, making it easier to process and cope with difficult emotions. Another key component of healing from parental trauma is learning to practice self-compassion. This means being kind and understanding to ourselves and recognizing that our experiences are not our fault. When we are able to show compassion to ourselves, we are able to release the negative self-talk and feelings of guilt and shame that can often accompany parental trauma. It's also important to work on building healthy relationships and boundaries with others. Trauma can often impact our ability to trust and connect with others, but it's essential to our emotional well-being to form meaningful and supportive relationships. This may involve setting boundaries and learning to say no to people who are harmful or toxic, and instead seeking out relationships with individuals who are supportive and understanding. Another crucial thing is to work on finding meaning and purpose in our lives. This can be done through hobbies, volunteer work, or simply finding joy in the small moments of everyday life. When we have a sense of purpose and direction, it can help to counteract the feelings of emptiness and hopelessness that accompany parental trauma. Coping with parental trauma can be a long and challenging journey, but it's also one that is filled with potential for growth and healing. By acknowledging the impact it has had on our lives, seeking support from others, practicing self-compassion, building healthy relationships, and finding meaning and purpose, we can begin to heal from the pain and move forward in a more positive direction. Finally, it's important to understand that healing from trauma is a journey, not a destination. It takes time, patience, and effort. It's also important to be kind and compassionate with yourself. Try to remember that you're not alone and that what has happened was not your fault. By taking these steps and surrounding yourself with support, you'll find that you're capable of healing and leading a perfectly fulfilling life. Healing from parental trauma is a brave and courageous journey, and it's one that is worth taking. Take the first step today, self-reflect, and be honest with yourself. Remember that you are worthy of love and happiness, regardless of your experiences. Thank you for watching, and until next time, remember that you are capable of healing and deserving of happiness and love. Don't forget to like and subscribe if this video has resonated with you in any way. Thank you, and see you again.